When you offer several different types of handmade products as part of your business, how do you keep your craft fair display from looking like a hot mess? I'm Amber Christian, editor of Handmade Seller magazine, and I'm here today to talk about my craft fair display, which is a series of articles that we run as part of the magazine, demoing and displaying different cool craft fair display designs. I know this is one of the most challenging things for handmade business owners. You don't want that dumpster fire looking display. So in under 5 minutes, I am going to walk you through a really cool display and how this particular artisan actually manages her display so that it can showcase her products in the best way possible. So first, meet Sunny Girl Sundries. Sarah Golding started this company in 2015. And one of the first things that caught my eye about this display is she was showcasing her indoor display, and look at that backdrop that she created. Isn't that fun? When you're indoors, the last thing you want is sort of that boring background, black, kind of trade showy looking that you often get as part of a lot of events and things. So this is a really fun way to evoke a smile, sunshine, warmer days. So she has this really fun background that immediately immerses you in what she's going after, which is a sunny day. She also has a very simple looking tablecloth as part of it, where the highlight is actually the displays that are sitting on that tablecloth. So for her, one of the things that she has done is added different levels of risers so that she can add and subtract depending on the size of the craft fair display. So with multiple different sets of risers, she can showcase her products in different ways. And given that she has both soaps, candles, personal care products, she has to have unique and interesting ways to group and organize these. So sometimes she may organize them in some shows according to scent so that she can do some upsell and sell multiple different products. Then other shows she actually does by product. And so having these different sets of risers gives her a really nice way to organize and set up her displays for her event. The other practical reality is notice some of the products for soap makers, candle makers, and if you're going indoors and outdoors, when you go to outdoor displays, you have to be careful that there's not sun on your products because you don't want things melting, particularly for candles. And so she has to have these risers and things that she can move around so that it's really easy to make sure the product doesn't get destroyed actually during the craft fair itself. So this design has worked really well for her to have different heights of different things. You can see things in the background on this display, and that visual variety is quite helpful in order to draw in the eye without actually making it overwhelming. So now I asked her for some of her favorite tips that you can think about when you design a craft fair display. Her first tip was, first and foremost, be creative. Add pops of color or texture to add interest and help your design stand out. Your design aesthetic should reflect your branding and convey the products you sell at a glance. So for her, the branding is very on point. Sunny Girl, you get that with the background, with the tablecloth. It all hangs together really well. Keep things portable and interchangeable. Some events have time limits for setup and teardown. And sometimes maybe you don't have a great booth placement. So think about how heavy the things are that you're going to have to move as part of that display. Are you going to be able to carry in, carry out pretty easily? And then if you have larger bulky displays, do you have little wagons or things to actually take it back and forth? So again, just very basic, common, make sure you're covering all your bases. And then finally, her last tip was think about how your displays will merchandise your products. Take a cue from retailers. They raise products to eye level, keep small items in conspicuous places so they don't wander off, and create a story or flow with your items. For example, because I sell scented products, I can display by product type or display by scent to create bundles and upsells. So that's Sarah's advice and her craft fair display. Now, if you liked this video, I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe to the channel or hype it to share it with other people. And I'd also love your comments for what stands out to you when you're attending a craft fair or event. From a display, what do you love? Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on my craft fair display.